Let's just put this out there. Third person perspective. Okay, so if there isn't a not an obligation, there's a type of consent that most persons express when they're in a relationship with love. There's also a sense of having to please that person only, and only focusing on that person only. That is not love. That is owning. That is a sense of saying, you're mine, I own you, and you are not free to have any desire of any thoughts with any others. If I see any desire, even if I think it's a desire, even if it's just a suspicion, I will not just hurt you, but say things that are entirely contradictory to what love is. Love is one of the most sentient beings and sentient words known in all existences, in all universes. This includes the hybrid existence. This includes the ultimate realms. Love is an essential word and being that, if spoken, must be meant to the core, and that being must be ready to express to their core. It is a sacred word. It is a word of almost prayer. It is a word that is almost beyond blessing itself. There is a sense of worship with love that most express, and that is, most people cannot go through life without love, and most people cannot feel without love. So there is this reliance on what is, quote, called love. That is one of the abusive forms, and selfless and selfish forms. Only in unnatural circumstances and is this recording occurring. That is the only reason why I am recording this, because the circumstances are unnatural and persons are expressing unnatural ways of being, and the abundance. And an abundance that, when they reflect upon, will be reversed. And all that they cherish truly will be there within them and in present view. And they will realize love in a way that cannot be defined. That is one of the main issues, is too many persons are trying to define love when they can't even define themselves without love. I think this is a sense of irony. However, this is the realization of love. So, in a sense, irony's twin is love, summed up. Let's see, what else was I going to cover on this? Because I essentially summed it up. Love is not sacrifice. Why even choose sacrifice? Why even choose, to whom this pertains to? Why even choose to want control? What's the point? What really is the point? Because this is to say that I'm going to contradict myself, though I'm going to say I love you. How many times do people say I love you to use that against someone else? There is a very real and hardcore abandonment that many are going to realize. And I really do think that there is going to be a vow that many are going to take, a vow of silence, reflected in monks. The reflections are eternal. They're all around you. Even in unnatural circumstances, they are going to be there, aka the polarity effect. You take this reality, you reverse it, what do you have? Eternity quantified. This is realism. Love for animals also, that's another one. There is at times an obsession for a love of animals. I have seen too many examples. Far too many examples. Especially pets at these pet shows where these persons spend thousands to tens of thousands on their pets just to win prizes. What's the point? Really, what is the point? What is the point in spending years and trying to make your pet look their best when looks as we know it is not the true value? What is inside you reflects your outward appearance as it is. And that is true. I see where the bridge is now. Beauty within and the beauty outside. Obviously, we have heard many examples, but what is a fair example, a just example, a natural example? What you see on the outside of a person, there are two combinations. The first one is heritage, who they're related to, who they look like, gene factors, etc. The other factor is who they are on the inside and how well do they know that person on the inside. Why do so many light workers look, they have a type of hue and a type of glow? Why do they have that? Because they are closer to themselves within. And their outward appearance, their complexion, their hair, almost even their tone, their voice. My voice not being entirely accurate because I have tonsillitis, I have many physical difficulties because the food is not relevant enough, I guess, for my body to truly prosper from. That aside, respectfully, the persons that use or mislead others, their outward appearance is that reflection. And if they're very good at it, they usually have, well, I guess you could say this is, I really can't think of too many examples because I really don't try and, I don't spend a lot of my time reflecting on what's unnatural, though I live around it, so it's inevitable. But I suppose Hollywood's a good example. Your actors that are playing their parts and roles, they feel because they are doing so well with money and they're in their career that nothing's wrong. Have you noticed how actors treat other actors and how they are and generally full of themselves? Their outward appearance reflects it. Now, if you take away the monetary system, you take away the whole job system, you take away everything that's limiting essentially, and they are going to just have but their shell to reside in, and whatever remains of who they are now. That being said, their core self still exists. Because the core self exists in all, if the person is choosing selectively to be a certain way, and it's not eternal, or a potential of eternal, maybe not so drastic, but for some it is, their outward appearance will reflect this. It is the same with Earth, it is the same with stars, it is the same with planets, it is the same with nebulas, it's the same with everything. Reflected within, reflected outside of. As below, so above. So above, as below, either way. And who can argue this truly? Who can truly speculate? And if there is any speculation, that's what happens in unnatural circumstances. An overabundance of doubt and speculation over what is of true value. But those are dead values. That's the actuality. The actuality, this reality is dead. The devaluing of whatever it is upon value itself are dead factors. However, they are still acknowledged as what is occurring. So they're not pardoned. No passiveness is